mo na ne opanyin ni besim kwanya enanwume eyonumunyamfo a wo yemra se bedwani di matemamofo a wo mo wo eye busa safa beto mpeso aso ewo esiremu apoye mantemo honorable Dr. Clement Apark wono enenei ye no ebetwetwe nkomo na wakyere se de education sam no esi eko na ensan bo awura eye yen sikasem se ne esi ko sanse enei Ghana finance minister onumunyamfo Ken Ofori ata okopie mu ene santwerefo etwetwe nkomo na dwumadie na okosi kopie mu womrase bedwefie na so mrase bedwafo twe na World Dodge na odinani ehun se wo komrase bedwefie ho a enyade a ebeboa no na one santwerefo wo mu ankofo MPP santwerefo wonu mukohia ya omode ensam atudwa efa Ghana ye man se ne niam esi ko na atro a okodi ye nyina no enne gumbe no eja behye na nwumrewi Ken Ofori ata eja ebehye no sanso ena dom kuma ye omo mrase bedwefie no ena so ye mekoso e wo mrase bedwefie nyina no abrase ye finance minister de nsem no tudwa wie no omo so nsantwefo nsie mu omo ye ya onmonyamfo Haruna Idrisu ye ono na da dom kuma na no e wo mrase bedwefie no ono so ne sem kan ye no ye be magana temamufo no so ehu ne ekoye ensem be na na do kan ye in 2020 efa ye abrajo mama de tudwa se free SHS no oba review no ensem ben ene odi tudwa ene ensem be ene kwajo opon kroma ya oya information minister ono so ede atudwa na eye onmonyamfo chairman sabosu se de ne documents nyina ade ba bi okode na yaresa okwa sika wosese yemfa ma no e wo mrase bedwafie no documents nyina aba bedi atankolega biga Mugabe masi ona ba bia wogya yaresa no ho ana baben so ekwaje na yaresa na de enti na chairman sabosu utukwan a otumi erese ye mane pedem ye mane we next week ankwa de utukwan ye say hey enti say speaker utukwan dodo ene won pese obami apasi yi levy ensemo makeka ni nyina no evidence base ene nwumre mama maso ene mani ayedan ehu bibia ye bedan we semete wa mu ne afa aboafo nkrato ne abasisi a ye beje bre na afi gumbe no ye biebie mu ede ama eye Ghana fo ne mom ebia na wo hwe me Germany Italy, France, Belgium, and I say Netherlands, and I will hear me United States of America, United Kingdom. Now, over to me, BBR, we pursue life, no. TVS was a Ghana on YouTube, and TVS was a Ghana on Facebook. Matama would do this any name, you are live on TVS was it your number one TV station in Ghana. And you gumbe show, your basis here.
Hey, eja be there. So na ya le nkoi. Ayi bia. We are watch Jerusalem wow. Blana me mo we why. Eja be there. Edro ne enie. We Spanish garlic mixture. Eboa ma mo je die fu sane e woni pedua ni mu yie. Collect. Afi so esa so boa e mo obi okasa pampan e woni tirim. Obi ana koma bo ni peli. Obi a wo Johnson tentem. Obi a na ase atatai. Afi so obi asrade adoko no ni pedua ni enane ni nyina. Collect.
Eja, we also ye Spanish garlic capsules, a supporting immune system.
That's all.
Shannon so, Edrey, and Yama oba wa fair fru. The Oma Accra no for. Accra onya in fear dumienu, ain't mean fair dre. Fre 0266 114111.
FDA ashishe sa ijedi nkra tuoyi mu agi atumu se.
Easter Trawodo, Menso Mediani, XYZ Broadcasting. Edi Easter Trawodo edi ababe boadze enya asem ketwa. Easter way ye betre omanfo do na omanfo ye kire omodo eye nkrofo a wonum eni ahwefo enkanka ni wonum a womo enyanka fie ye kire womodo ama nyankopɔ do no so aso omo so. Enti brabeka XYZ Broadcasting Limited for ho na Easter Friday 15th April 2022 yanko enyanka fie na yanko ya doye. Enti ye show bien cry say Bibi bia wo bia
say yesika eduane anonom de entoma entade samena empaboa yebegye no odoso
kitwa bia nsha enti efri ne yeko wo betumi de wachede aba edane duru a yede akwa akoche number na wo betumi de usika send so eye 0597 215419 0597 215419 na mebusem etre dunkron ne nchichemu dunson ese ne wo hunu ohiani mobɔ no wɔyɛ ɛde ma Nyankopɔn na Nyankopɔn so ɛsɛ tua saa nipa no ɛho ka
Easter Trewodo menso medieni
We are one man short. Should we invite him?
Yeah.
It be old cargo.
Can I join you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, it's brave, fresh, natural, X, mineral, water.
Still got it. Always keep hydrated naturally. That's my secret.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Fire ya makwa babiem ediba eye TV SYZ ene enwumri ene eye yawada na chese ye bonu eja no ye ma eja na komu yi papa ede ya matememofo a wo mo eye Ghana nyina na na ya hyase afri ene ensem a ekoso e wo Ghana ha ni nyina efa eye kan oforiata ya oya finance minister ene ensem a wo de to eye nsantwerefo enim no eno ene de de hyase ede amano Can you forget us say? So we share a year Jomama a memo in 2014. Now the battle to a nedia one. Now you see the no send a city here. Now the battle to a nay baby at that 8.2 now. A year better than Jomama Dianu in 2014. Come on. Papa no okay. Ana Bibiano. Why normal? Na Jomama handing over power to MPP in 2014. This is common sense. John Mahama will hand over power to MPP in 2014. A question I may be saying. John Mahama handed over power to NPP administration on the 7th day of January 2017. What the Emma economy to say? You are talking about 2014. John Mahama handed over power to MPP in 2014. It went to me at 2016, went to me at 2015. Would you acquire back? Sane better than a John Mahama Abreso in 2014. This is common sense. There be a mekase. Uka so much Jimmy Abeka so much what do you matter? Now so munyansa or form. Womunyansa no our form. Will be a better so say man penny or handy or buy no can one time. One time now buy or handy over power to Ayana Nado 7th January 2017. Say, Abra Jomama handed over power to Nanado on the 7th day of January 2017. Na Ghana is Kasam Nege. Maba idea no abepragu. Sikadie basa. Bibi bia Nanado ne nsabe so bia as a case no ase no. We obi a we ni papa ko ana Nanado appoint o pepepe na case na kan. Na mo ye niema basa. Yakoka amosemo nyede mo mayenka John Mahama economy no jam no say na wosi etoto ne niema yie na GDP ni da say na inflation da say and so no hand over power to Nanado on the 7th day of January 2017 na a year dollar no na wo de 1 cedi na wo kwasesa wo sesa $1 wo benya 3.8 a year Ghana cedis enei dollar no se wo kura a year $1 wo sesa wo benya 8.2 a year Ghana cedis So we sabi enye adwen eni nyansa na wo form a wo ba be ka asem we a kire say abra na 3.8 a wo de ne ko 8.2 no wo de ne papa se ne de na 3.8. That's a common sense. We are not fools. Ghanaians are discerning. Sabi in some way mo pe obi maka na makope enu chimpanzees bi na mo de o makotre ono mape bi na mapeche bi ama chimpanzees no ashate se de omi nipa na mo kagu ma so so omo na enye den omo na ntie na sabi yeni a yeni abie yetimi kan yetimi twe ne de wo be kan we chiri abeka se sabi nyansanim. It's common sense. It's common sense. Sergio Mahama hand over port to Nanado. Na petrol 1 gallon, 14 Ghana cedis. And today, petrol 1 gallon, 50 Ghana cedis. What was all China say? Sata mani at 14 Ghana cedis. Nenge. Nanado Genesis in Pierce Kasa, or Baba Betete so. A brand near Todo Kono 1 cedi and your Mahama no. Na and yet, Nanado so Baba so. And I told Kono 3 cedi if I cedi 1 can. That's a better. Sabi mo pese mo ba accept the reality niema ekoswa enye no instead of you say obeti asese niema ma yede na wo ba no udi nyansa sem bi e ba beto Ghana fu anim no de obeka he de sabi nyansa ba kokura anim o nyansa ba kokura anye de anim say oh ba bia tema koma kura eye petrol no say 1 liter bia no mo bete so from 1st April yes say do 1st April mo bete so by 15 pesos. Come on. What were the 70% this year from a year within the first quarter? Woman, motor petrol 70%. 20 a year 22. Yes, I say from January 1st. ABC Sabri and America say 24th of March 2022. Motor petrol by 70%. What about the Tesla? What's what is 1%? What were the by 70% too? It is over here, Bibia Magana from what homa 70%. No, who about it so a year 1%. You see, Muslim man, why are they? Sabi. So we now send you from our base, sabi some food we actually Ghana for. Ghanaians are discerning. The power belongs to the good people of this country. Said an another country, say, yeah, citizens, you and your spectators, no, Sabe Pepe ni Bebo Gumbi no mamano. And you continue to be citizens, but not spectators. Look, Nanado to Nakatu about 79%. Baumia the same. And now most mobile betetemo executive from mobile betetemo de so 20% in motion free so. What to mo TO, what to mo 70%, 79%. What is one also what is 20%. Now what to petromo TO, what to petromo 70% now beteswa, what is 1%. Sabi we nya abodamsem. Wakatu an watu 79%. Petrol so watu mo ba 70%. 70% na wo watu mo no. Wo teso a watu so 1%. Enya abodamsem. Mo pesa mo kire se ejimi ana. Mo pesa mo kire se I mean sa wo hwe niam akoso nyina no. Wo hwe niam sabi nsam na tan. Yes one hia. No fa buo ene ahobrase a obe di matem san say enema omo ye ne sebi nyansam bi yenim. One more thing. What's over here? Kenu Furiata. What say? Ghost names now. A way in Peru on Sunina and Mubi Yaden Efim. Umu thieves, Omoya Kronfo. So now they have realized say ghost names be away in Peru. Yet the Auditors General's report were in 2020-2021. According to the Auditor General's report, no, Nana Dona ne yisa papa no yi dom level no kofa no. Nana Dona Auditor General wadene buy no. O ka che say in 2020 sika ehre o man we a wo man to me account for 2020-2021 12.8 billion Ghana cedis. And a mo chase yi levy 6.9 billion a year what they saying busumi bia right. Afini nyina ska de baby nyina no annually ebema 6.9 billion. You are chasing 6.9 billion. Meanwhile 12 or they say 54.8 billion. What to me account for? 54.8 billion. Na na do ne ne call for no mo wie sika na so mo bottom. And mo be ka che say mo ba be yi ghost names na yeden afi payroll no so. So mo ni ba bia ghost names ne wo. Can you for that come again? Wouldn't be a ghost names in the hour. I can call it a big Mugabe Massimi Bizarre say, Mooning baby a ghost names in the hour. thieves akrofo mo certain na mo nyim free so na mo account to the good people of this country say Auditor General's report no say 12.8 billion na mo wi aye ghost names na mo di hihye mo no ya mo ja no a mo ba be chesi aye 6.9 billion no sabi nyansa bi anim andananado sa wo keka sika wo mo ba ye wo mo wia ghost names aban sika mo timi account for according to the Auditor General's report from 2017 to 2022 sika mo wia mo timi account for 33 billion a year series the records are there and no me come pepe biemu ni nyina e wa ha the records are there and they can't challenge. I'm daring them. They should come out and explain to the good people of this country. So today, you are telling Ghanaians to say, "Ekwaya measures ya moba fa mo betimi aboa ma economy no agina na ne ma toto yie no." Ba ko ne say, "Mo be yi ghost names ya e wo payroll so." Thieves. John Mahama, Auditor General's report. John Mahama in 2016, wo free abemu no. Auditor General's report eba ye no. Ne sika o mantimi account for no, ne nuru eye 1 billion. Na do batena so na 2017 na 12 billion. Sika wia nkwa akrofo. World Bank country director report catch Ghana for say wona na do ne aya kanofori atamo betena akwadwo ponkoma be catch Ghana for say covid ba ye edo how kase na de abra o man abra aya World Bank amount $660 billion $660 million no be catch Ghana for say sika yenya ye $100 million US dollars monya konfo mo ye thieves they should come out. Abra a report kasa ye no World Bank country director kasa ye be say no once a can for that am out once a call your pon Martin tesu they can't because they are thieves. And World Bank country director say mon can no crunch citizens no Ghana here yen sika ye de abegu o ma we mu no enye sika mo be ka say Ghana here yen na wo wi oman a ye currency se see yi yanda say oman bia wa have at the whole of Africa. Your currency is the worst performing currency in the whole of Africa. Now what baby to say you better than your mama dear in 2014. Okay, we are sebi. I want to be an artist. You say him. So we are normal human being. And I catch you be say John Mahama handed over power to Nanado on the 7th day of January 2017, not in 2014. Both for now monte some kind of monte asensua and mo go back. Mo reflect mo go back. Na mo go kai date ya John Mahama handed over power to Nanado. As of 7th January 2017, or handed over power. Na petrol ye gangala 14 Ghana cedis. Na dollar 3.8. And the dollar that say. Na mo free sa propaganda. Na do diatro petrol ne me baba betete so. John Mahama ka che mo say review am so cancellation. And then achemo review a cancellation. Eti hwan ya say e back. Sankofo was say di jagu omo so saa. Ghost names no. Womo starting free 2017. Ghost names ni nyina womo ade hye mo womo aso mo ba yi no. Womo starting no account to the good people of this country. Abanya womo show accountability. Because before say obako IMF, International Monetary Fund no. IMF the odema odada no. Oba account ama womo said the man that the nwa na bi womo koye no womo koye womo ba na womo ama na sa ma kwan say nwa no say bi foforo ka ho abeka say minority for na womo scare investors because you live in no man yantu we say be nyansa be kasa be ni biso kaso o magimi abeka so wadi o matam womo nyansa wa form womo nim hwe womo bon period a free show. The leader himself, ever see that the center cannot hold. Now, to say a dear is what any said the Canadian Japan can. You will to Nina Pro. Can you for that time? Woman, as I said, a bit woman to Nibino. Dear, can you for that anima a bond? See, I'm cotton, data bank, a Dubai, so the letter Dubai, and buy a friend of Dubai. The only man in trouble, create loot and share. The body of Regional Parliament, not a mess so I mean this year. Yeah. No, so sabe I cancel for watching. Oko ne person so wanya hwe I was born in Swami. Wanya hwe I was Swami. So we medical review. Me de nam nim say Ghana ha ba ben kwa na medical review. So we switch me za bo so na wo bi. Ya wo ko bi a wo twa krata. Ya kwa PB ko speaker ho. Any penifo so munya bie. Ya kwa say o hotel, baby a wo beda o pay dem any ade nyina. Ye tua ever ma $7,000+. Muye we nyina wi a na ma bedi ba ben atam. Ba ben the first year as Speaker of Parliament, otu kwa makoma 4. Ye kwa back, ne kwa Professor Makokwe dia, otu kwa makoma 15. The records are there. I'm daring you to come out and challenge me. Some Mugabe dia wo kan wo. The records are there. Me say me kasa, me for paper bia anya the enhweso. The records are there. But in the first year, otu kwa 4 times. Makokwe, abaye Speaker of Parliament no. In the first year, otu kwa 15 times. Ne mu 3 for what they say medical review. India and other countries. You think we are fools? We don't read. Yeah, research, Papa. Into way, yeah, metrasi ebetwe obi koto so won repent. Me utimi twa me koto. Because some na meka no utimi challenge me. Into de na mobeye ne mu di atem. So chairman sabosu, Bratin the corner where you are. We a minister of what they say parliamentary affairs. Does it belong to the executive side or the legislative? And what we need to know. Media minister speaker ene ne juma for ene bi obi tu kwan a be kan na mom obi ya MP SI majority leader ade boso so yaduanaka asabe sanfun we ebesi our House of Commons our UK baby atete me tena ye no usa ne ma we ebesi wo UK ma wia wa my way sa speaker tu kwa papa na o makohu delegate so mo medi atro me say nyansani bie ni MP pramanyo ko ne free suru besi form nyansani bie ni hwa wo ma wo che ba men Kennedy samu nyina magimi Kennedy Japan samu nyina magimi wanu ko wonima de kronti a wodi MPP nachi nyansani bie ni hwa wo free suru besi form wo bie ni hwa MPP ma wonim nyansa ese ne ba ben parliament adwuma ana law ana nyansa efie de ni bukudie wo de toto ho a enye yie enti man sa papa no free bia ni no enti yan se no akọ medical review no wo sa atwere ba se wo hia 50,000 is it $50,000 useless ones mo fa sakrata ne mra cheme sabosu de no ma boss wa kire mo 2021 October ya $7,000 dollars facility a okomo akwaje ayaresa no ehwa na Babe nsoko and Babe started going to that facility before san wa Babe Speaker of Parliament na mi bisa say Dwabo Ase so cause our facility wo bia na wo bia de ebeba wo bia de ebeba enu mi bisa question na meto say Dwabo Ase so no cause our facility wo bia na. Let's respect ourselves. You mu ye ho we a leader, be a leader, humble yourself. Na kasa said be ensema wo kano ebeto Ghana fo asum Matias here ensema wo kano ebeto Ghana fo asum enye dede. It's not about noise making. They say mo say mo importo Land Cruisers ni ade for 1 year but sabe ki e twen se kanana kanofo ya to aba yi kade obeka beto Ghana fo akomam ya Ghana fo nyina betime agya bibia ma say eye charter flight ni say die president say wo tu kwan a wa say die o man ni sikono wo tu kwan a obefa eye winsen British Airways Emirates ni ade no tu kwan o man panyina tena se wa reflect wa hu say o man na niema edin ti say ni charter flight no onye den won fa biem ya ti wewu what to petrol 70% wo bete so ama ya so what so 1% sabi wo fesi ejimi. Come on ijane shiwom na wo hwe niema we a wo bete ya say abaye say wo bete MP secretary MP so mo take home say 9,000 wo mo take home through 10,000 Ghana cedis to nwa cha adwuma na parifo no omo yew to nwa cha adwuma MP ba sorry ene Land Cruiser double tank no wo feel 1,700 Ghana cedis week bi oba feel times 4 say a month ni atua ne say wabɛkɔ ne constituency wabɛkɔ ayie wɔn nkɔfo a wɔn ba ne gate ano wɔn ba gye sika akɔtua hospital bills ɛne ade bisa wɔn sɛ mpisi ne deɛ na wɔn nya MP amanufoɔ kupɔn bia na mo kwahwe akwafoɔ ya mo ti wei ya mo tete internet so a mo chake nneɛma ɛkɔ so mo a afɔ ma mo ti Jubilee House a yes lawyers be 15 mo hwɛ mo gabi kasa mo baabi a wɔbɛ slip no na kyase yɛ de ne kɔ court yɛ wɔn nkɔfoɔ yɛ tuo mo ka nyinaa wɔ deɛ ɛtete no ɛwɔ wei nyinaa ho na me ne yɛn gyesi ne nam me nam ho saa keke wo you can't spiritually physically I'm strong me atankolega biga me nam ho bete sa ya be sore se me kote no never obesie nantwi obesie kraman obekum ponche me ye Mugabe masi atankolega biga ukwa no akobisa say the meaning of atankolega no ase a kire say the meaning of the name Mugabe no ase a kire say and the meaning of mass so ase a kire say enya bete sa o se kamukum ne ye akumakum dadada you tried bobbing and it is not working. And now more physical and madam musamu mra ye twem mo ya spiritual na anye ye nti se mo de babin na delegate say delegate else babin but I'm very happy say asepa etumi petition IGP publishing false news ya di bobi ansa kwagina court asepa kwagina court ya di Mugabe ko ne mefrim ohene ba kokọ na esin ya okotwa ba those omo delegate no they are not better than us never BBM, they are not better than us. So Emrana, etimi ma ekwachi bobi anza say waka bibia for first lady. The first lady no onye kese ansene a speaker of parliament. The speaker of parliament is the third gentleman of the land. The number 3. Chairman Sabosumuni numbers. Speaker of parliament no onye number 3. Let's respect our leaders. And yema na do kan e wo free SHS. Medene sha ase ho. Ena free SHS no review yeah may review bia we are not going to do review today, we are not going to do review today, no cancellation. Ene musi Mugabe ye review na adam dictionary ne kura no different from the kind ana and am with different meaning mo de ne black dictionary and de ne Oxford dictionary inti mum de munyansa no so sin obia. Let's listen to Nanado in 2020 abra ebeto abanye tinse mo kan.
High school policy is a policy for the development of our country. We're not going back on it. We're not going to have it reviewed. We're going to continue with it. We're going to improve on it. We're going to develop the infrastructure so that we can develop the human capacity of our country. That is the position of the new patriotic party and of its president, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. No review today, no review tomorrow, no cancellation.
Review na kwajo pon kroma ne wo mo ka say ye be review no listen sometimes wo so mo kire say ye de ene kenufori ata be ka say free SHS ne de aba asetena enya de say wo mo de wo sa e be ka e free SHS say moto ba video so nyina egu ho ensema mo kan ye nyina ye be bo a kire mo say adwuma no kwa mama na ye fo aman ye be bom sa dawuru ye be bom bombe ye be bom sa anopa awia anwumre ye be bom general manager wo de ye bietum ye be bom sa boaje bie ye be bom sa ene kenufori ata ka free SHS wasem ye tie no.
The president wanted to be very categorical with regards to the flagships, especially on the senior high school. Of course, there are always efficiencies that we can think about to do, and I think that's important in any, and that therefore the review on all flagships to create efficiencies, etc., will be done. But he truly wanted to be very clear to all of us Ghanaians that the issue of social mobility and inclusiveness and expanding people's horizon cannot be compromised, as citizens of this land. Because most of us, when you really dig deep, came from villages, and because somebody helped us to get further education, is what brought us here. Not because we're much smarter than our colleagues, but economic circumstances. And when you see 400,000 new people, Ghanaians, getting that opportunity, nobody should belittle or rubbish that. We should just be praying about bringing better education for them and enabling people to realize their potential. And I think that's important. We should inculcate that and be compassionate about that and know that that is our future.
Kind of for finance minister, na one and then the from an Ekazano. Is it a kind of for Nimu Dada Winnie? I ask him more. Honorable Kojo Ponkroma Information Minister, and also Eddie Nsemi Tuja on budget cut on flagship programs. No, yet Kojo Ponkroma so kind.
I've been talking about budget cuts, and we have said that all the expenditure lines are fair to examine, to be looked at for possible budget cuts. Doesn't mean you are going to cancel the program or change the program. Budget cuts. The minister has said that the president is committed to ensuring that free SHS continues. I hope you understand that. Now you're asking, will budget cuts affect any of the other 15 programs? That's the question you're asking. Minister will respond to that. Madam in Green will give you the final word.
My name is Naja Bilego. I'm with GB.
Fantastic. We on Kenya's assembly and Timunja Sumame. On Kenya's and it is on Kenya's assembly. You can have fire. Now, we same way in name, ya a day moon, and the neck of Furiata will be in so called parliament. And I can I'm a parliamentarian seated to one minority for train. Yan on about to forcing John Jinapo or more finance committee for Omo twa papa yi ezekadongomo bolgatanga man wa sene pen no twa kanu for that world dodge o se hwe masa member parliament o de memma o de memma mo amanye mi 11 antum me samra ho bi no wa bejojo mi nya de ameba me kwa friend pp fo nse ntwerefo ha o mo frɛ yen to mo friend pp fo nko a no makwa kan masama che ba e de e benya bia bo na bia mo beka ni bia e benya inya so e babo the credit number. Fantastic. Honorable Ken Ofuriatta address the nation on the state of the economy.
We recall that prior to the pandemic, we had built resilience through the implementation of bold and prudent economic measures. By April 2019, we had successfully as a country completed the 4-year IMF program. We did so and more by achieving an annual average real growth, GDP growth of 7% between 2017 and 2019 from 3.4% in 2016, maintaining a fiscal deficit below 5% of GDP for 3 consecutive years, maintaining a positive primary balance for 3 consecutive years, which put our debt on a sustainable path, lowering lending rates by over 10 percentage points, restructuring the banking sector to protect the savings of 4.6 million depositors. Government has spent over 25 billion since 2018 to clean up the financial sector. Reducing inflation from 15.4% in December 2016 to 7.6% in 2019 and preserving the integrity of the local industry. Improving gross international reserves to reach 8.6 billion, or about 4 months of import cover by 2020. Introducing the most ambitious social welfare policy ever seen in our country, the Free SHS program. Constructing and rehabilitating more roads, cumulative of about 6,250 kilometers, completing 6 of 11 interchanges and flyovers, more than any other government in our history. Employing more new teachers, nurses, doctors, agri extension officers, and young graduates than any government in our history. Saving the entire financial sector from inherited, neglected crisis that has cost government some 25 billion so far. Instigating more value for money audits on public procurements than any government in our history, and investing more resources in the police, military, governance, and anti-corruption institutions than ever before. It is this proven record of fixing what is broken that gave the MPP government the confidence to tackle head-on the devastation unleashed by COVID-19, and it is the same can-do and will-do attitude that gives us hope that we will overcome the current crisis. We are not a people to bow to the spirit of despondency. And
why? I'm kind of for attack or politics. As a mobile Jansen be and Hobaka Ghana for. Says some Mobeka, you know, and ye zero be bien wa or my Uma or Bacassi with the BB Beba and one Uma emfa enyu wom ho say de agensemu oman na say omase oman no na owie ya na Honorable Haruna Idrisu minority leader no se kai na metena na manka bi kura de na chese menye minority leader ana ono so gada ne team ni nyina wo mrase bedwafi ho ana mo se monye kenofori ata wo so je na de ebe wo dia Honorable Haruna Idrisu champion minority leader yentie no.
Our immediate response to the Honorable Minister of Finance is to state emphatically and unequivocally that he's lost touch with reality. He is not in tune with the state of the Ghanaian economy. Our economy today is one that reflects nothing less than a cost of living crisis and a cost of doing business crisis, both for citizens and for businesses who are unable to cope with the measures so announced by the Honorable Minister for Finance. We do not find his proposed measures adequate enough. We need certainty and clarity. If you had an expenditure approval of 145 billion, we expect that you tell us that I want to cut 45 billion out of the 145, and we know that this is your commitment.
You are borrowing more by 1.4 billion. You still want us to believe that even though that was not part of the original deficit, your deficit remains the same. Kenoforiata, we are tired of these numbers that you are cooking. And the investor community is very smart. He keeps blaming COVID and everybody. And Ukraine, Russia, and what have you. When he came to Parliament on the 17th of November, after he read the budget, the investor community gave a response. They moved away from the yield on our Euro bonds from 11% to 15%. So Ghana lost market access on the very day he read the budget. It had nothing to do with future agitations over e-levy. E-levy agitation came several weeks later, by which time we had already lost market access. We had been declared a country at risk of debt distress for 3 consecutive years. We didn't have e-levy. So the mismanagement of the economy. Let me tell you why they are going to borrow this $2 billion. It is not to provide forex. As we speak now, government interest payment that is due in the next couple of weeks is in excess of $1.6 billion. And if government does not find that $2 billion, we will default in the payment of our interest costs. So that is the one they are looking for. And they want to throw away this budget in order that they don't default. So the people who need the dollars to go back to their home country because they are reversing their portfolios, they are not the reasons why he's looking for the dollars. The market women and men who need the money to import their things and to pay for their letters of credit, they are not the ones he's looking for the $2 billion for.
Fantastic. But we say Honorable Alhaji Nazaturi, or share chile last weekend we didn't birthday within the week here. No share chile na we slow but effective. Boy Juma Papa and Honorable Sedu when MP ono so obo adwuma papa ye chamo nyina MPC nyina ene enwumri na menya ne TSC obi asegna me se na na do tini TV ho a ono so program ebie enjesi ne yomu ye adwuma papa ye ma me force Elizabeth Jamfi ene wawoda wo achemota ma 7 wo ba ene antidede abusuane nyina so mo ma happy birthday mutimu TV ho a mo hwe program ene enwumri ye mrase bedwafi wan so ensema esa koso abra kwadwo pon kromadi ka betu dwa se de niema esi kone de mrase bedwafo no so no wo so market ya omogie no wo etumi etwaso na eba form kakra se de be ya wo betumi de aboa economy no na no ena mrase bedwafo no edom kuma afam se hey dia na mo pesa mo kire no yetie wo de wo so de disagree enya de mo apene so na apene so kina de wo gina no anu mo da de aja no kra so yen mo te wo fa ye mai coupon mo gi coupon munya mututu kwan gigi sika akese contract akese akaye nya bi kakra ye de tofu anso ye de ko ya bottom peso aso a ye kwa ye nya 5 cd bi ko monsa na ye nya 10 cd bi nso e de ato eye momone ene adwene e de aye nkwan no eno so mo sa ba betisu bi ene de ye mpene ye tie eno so eye mrase bidwafo dom kuma no ense mo de tuja.
Let their own people take pay cuts. These are their people, they are on boards. Do you know how much they are making off of these boards? Look, they haven't given us common fund. They haven't given us common fund for over a year now. That thing is just a gimmick. Look, if we are going to take a pay cut, what are they going to use the money for? We gave them millions and millions of billions of cedis to use for COVID. Have they come in to tell us what they use the money for? So it's not about pay cut. It's about irresponsibility on their part.
Nobody is taking a dime from my salary. What we are asking this government to do is to reduce the size of government. How much would it contribute to salvaging the mess in which we are with the percentage cut by the members of Council of States and even members of Parliament? The young men who are recruited at the Flagstaff House, whose job it is, they are given laptops. They sit before the laptops, monitor social media, see those who are criticizing this government genuinely, and they go on blistering attack on those people. And those young men are paid 15,000 Ghana cedis. 15,000 Ghana cedis. You have MCEs who were sacked, perhaps for non-performance. They are now advisors to the minister for local government. And you have all manner of people. What we are telling this government is to reduce the profligate, reduce the size of government, reduce the amount of money you are expending on useless things in this country. If this government wants us to help him, we are more than prepared to help him, but he must begin demonstrating that he is willing to accept the help. They cannot cut our salary. In fact, some of us, almost all of us, and even including MPs, we are spending our salaries in our constituencies. That is what is happening. The entire 2021, we were given 1/4 of our MPs' common fund. In fact, district assemblies, municipal and metropolitan assemblies, the entire 2021, they never had a quota. What they had was arrears of 2020. So if I'm a member of parliament, the monies that I am supposed to use to execute certain basic projects in my constituencies, those monies are not coming. I spend money every single week. In fact, by the time our salaries are paid, you are so indebted because you would have spent the money to take care of certain important needs in your constituency.
And I am of the humble view that we should be able to define to what extent and what time frame are we going to go back to normalcy. If an MP earns money, people think that it's kind of a big, lofty thing, becoming an MP or whatever you are getting. If you know the needs of your constituency, the army of people who believe that they should be beneficiaries of your largesse, then at the end of the day, even your salary will not be able to take you through one weekend or 1 weekend in the constituency, and how much you need to dole out to your constituents. Even in the areas of funerals, you realize that the MP is a sacrificial lamb.
Well, see, attaching our minority and as a majority. As if you have a NGC and lawyer Tachia, greetings to you this evening. Well, Gumbe show na Wasugusua, Wuti. Say, Yadi, Yani, HS and Fufu Munsua, Kotoka International Airport, Terminal 3, ABC Ni, offices Audu Hunina, and Caniano, and Yadi SAEC for Swamo. Now, continue be with Framan and Ebaya, Obe More Airport, now go grab baby cross or cross on you, who do ha is Sumunqua, Yadum Light, or no so any Ghana for to me any experience, the offer mu, Ewa Kotoka International Airport or Ewa Terminal 3, equity opinions and Kakra.
Granting here at Kotoka International Airport, when we talk about a government that's clueless, you don't understand and some don't agree with me. So now I honestly believe you could get the understanding that truly we are dealing with a clueless government. And when cluelessness meets unpreparedness, this is exactly what you get. This is exactly what you get. The lights are off. The lights are off here in Kotoka International Airport because they didn't pay. Ghana airports did not pay their bill. They didn't pay their bill. Can you imagine? Now, we asked Dr. Bahumia when he talks about digitization, how easy can digitization be when you can establish a PAD, a PAD, a pre-authorized draft. All Ghana agencies, all Ghana companies have a pre-authorized draft that drafts their monthly liabilities, their fixed liabilities, to whatever merchant is giving them service every month. So it wouldn't have to be people walking up to electricity corporation to pay their debt. Why do you have to wait for Ghana airports to owe 49 million cedis before you cut them off? That means there's a malfunction of service. These people don't know how to run things. And when we talk about this, people, you get your knickers in a twist. Look at this. National embarrassment. This is worse than Ukraine, okay?
Well, another one. Paul Adomochi, yeah, was a the light car. Who could your light bills? No. Went to me and Pia, about to me koto Christmas tree. Na Christmas tree, Okoto, ya the dear power Christmas tree. And ya light. Do you know, make a nyas no form. Ya form wins you. Na Dwabo Ase, or real estate, Prosa Joy, Solar Natural Clinic, Eddie to pain capsules, to pain ointments, Solar Mesa, and Prosa Fed capsules, and a Zipman capsules, and a Eboy, and a Numri, Sanso, and a S Natural Mineral Water and Super. When you be now on Noma, a boy with Nipeduano, Emma Usujina on Aso, Kama, near da a Yedumokua, your from Spanish garlic mixer and a Spanish ginkgo capsules, so ye did as I can say, Eddie Mom. Chaka say you may more matras amore, Yama, a Yama Joanna, CPC, Onikachi, or Dremensa, and Nebusian. Oh, Kumasi CPC, Mutimu TV, who am aware, and Enumri, and yet the four magic breast, Sabri, Swami 4, Collapse Sanded, and then Patamunina, Mohe, and Enumri, whom any man Nebusian, and a year, I would do. Your church amunina and Enumri Sanusi, Mokosona Mohe, TVS was it, then only TV station, Papa. Ye die won't cement your money, Abba. Ye buy any papana will free a year Busa Saf. I can know a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana, Legon. And obey Juma Kakra, a year Mampenny, John Dramani, Mamma, so a year Flagstaff House. Na Openy, and they Wakwako Embassy Jenny, Edimatimum for or more a year, Busa Saf. Na or no any better chunkum, ni Dean Eddie, Honorable Doctor Clement Apak. Yabas is ya, Yaba, Yanino Ebert Nasi, na ye di o my Ghana home and como, a ye gumbe show, and Wasugusua, Uti, now her life. Ewo wiasa fana babia Mugabe Mase atankolega biga mebasi sia
Moga ya pebumbio ya ojawfo
Easter Trawodo Menso Mediani XYZ Broadcasting Eddie Easter Trawodo Eddie Ababe Boadze Enyasem Ketwa Easter Way Yebechre Omanfo do na Omanfo Yechre Omodo Eyenkrofo a wonum eni ahwefo enkankani wonum a womo enyanka fie Yechre womodo ama Nyankopɔ do no so aso omo so enti brabeka XYZ Broadcasting Limited for ho na Easter Friday 15th April 2022 yanko enyanka fie na yanko yadoye enti ye show bien cry say bibi bia wo bia
say yesika eduane anonom de entoma entade samena empaboa yebegye no odoso
kitwa bien sha enti efri ne yeko wobetumi de wachede aba edane duru a yede akwa akoche number na wobetumi de usika sende so 0597 215419 0597 215419 na mebusem etre dunkron ni chichemu dunson ese ni wo hunu ohiani mobono woye edima Nyankopon na Nyankopon so ese tua sa nipa no eho ka
Easter Trawodo menso medieni.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, good papa. Ganabam, if your apostle, your waist, all your body, you make bazaar. Thank you so much. I feel good.
Say we Ghana ba come. Say I'm too so so. It may come Ghana ba. Ghana ba. You can.
Welcome to the Royal Dazzle Event Center. With a lush and well-maintained lawn and garden, you are assured of the best serene and comfortable atmosphere to organize all your family and social events. Live the royal moments here with friends and family. The hosting capacity of 600 to 800 people makes Royal Dazzle the most versatile of places to host weddings, parties, funerals, conferences, concerts, and many more. Create your memories with us. Call us for inquiries on 055-814-8585 or 024-620-2144, or pass by and speak to any of our friendly staff. Locate us at My John, close to Zoom Lion headquarters. Royal Dazzle Event Center, creating memories.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many hour crap.
Sure.
Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforidua Aquadum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. Auto checks, check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
Check, auto checks. Maga! Yape bumyo! Yape oja wom! Oja wom!
Makwa bebiem ediba TVS was it ene enwumre shano so se na ya wada maji bosome ne de to so aduonu nan e won fimpi mienu ene aduonu mienu mu nyame adoma wo kina Ghana Black Stars ene eye yenuanom Nigeria fo ena edibesi ani na ye tete se o mampanyin na nado akwa koshia oni Buhari ahia babi omuhia ne de omu anenim de enti omukoshia ye na de angels ne ka kire me na enwumre se me kan kire Kumase ne Ghana fo nyina se echina mo hwe ne man kwa nkudum light e wo Kumase Baba Yara Sports Stadium na afie ma meka se light ndum ye ntimi ama nti FIFA 4 ye won se ye mfom so nti age points de ama Nigeria for empese e bete mutie ne yi ese o my way ehia ye Nigeria for mo betimi de sika wurawuram enam yi levi na anya adwuma ni nti no aban we nani abre ba bi eska obetimi anya sika bi ya Buhari nso de ye se Nigeria for mo sika nti mamo nkoka bibia se ye doom light ye hu se Ghana ebo match ewo eye Kumase Baba Yara ho a Ghana Lesotho ye bi wan sa light ekọ ofin ye te ho nsem se kaya na Ghana lead by is 7-0 or so nti esremo mamu mabi nsibiem me de meka kokobo na me de mamu se na do nhie mo ne Buhari sia ene obi anim komo mo kodiye by empel light of Kumase Baba Yara Sports Stadium ochina itina mo de match na kwose 7:30 na ye ka kire mo say ye empel light of Kumase ochina. Good luck Black Stars. Asara kasa koma Osek real estate o mada uruma techiri eboa ene edi dwumadi ede ebremo ene anwumri wo pasase ato ewo Ghana mpatamu ha enkran ene ne patamu baabi asase amanso bia enisu a mekanfo Osek real estate ede amount say Shy Hills afenya asutware junction be San City estate ye obi odoyumu dodowa asebe dowenya ene chopoli ya memo asase amanso bia ni ho so ato na so watimi asiuda ebia o from America na aba o from Germany o from Italy bogasi modicas ni bia aba modicas ya be mo behia asase a eno ansa obekwa aso yo ma asase no litigation free manso bia eni so landguard bia mechesi e wasase no so eno ansa wobɛkɔ na wone womakɔ akɔtena ase mayɛ nhyehyɛeɛ watɔ w'asase watua ka wokɔ baabi wotɔ asase wɔ mo so a wobɛhyɛ ɛdan no si ase no ɔmbɛma 200 blocks ne womama 10 bags of cement na wode ayɛ wo foundation no na afei yɛn nkɔnko a wasi wo dan ɔmo ododowa wɔn ne fire service station edi nhwɛ ne mu frɛ Ostek real estate na ɔno mo twetwe nkɔmɔ on 0244684069 and 0240933748 ofre oma omo ebeje oso Prosa Joy eye edura aba obi a wanya mfie aduasa num ekɔ woyɛ bɛɛma mo na mekanfo Prosa Joy ede amamo prostate enlargement ba etumi ɛbɔ wonkaye wojonso tenten mo jonso na ba memo ye oya wo ne obehia wo brɛ ene ade ni nyina no mo benya so benya Prosa Joy na aja wode abɔ ho ban wobɔ ho ban sɛ be wonya prostate enlargement ni bia ɛno ane sɛ wobɛnom baako anopa ɛno ane no wawie ne mo obi a wonya prostate enlargement no wobɛnom baako anopa baako anwumre pharmacy shop bi obewure mo Ghana ha no wobenya bia to sɛ yɛ NS Chemist ɛyɛ Lina ɛyɛ Top Up ɛyɛ Unicom ɛyɛ Nisi ɛyɛ East Cantonment ɛyɛ Pharmacy Baseline ɛne Repash Heba ho nyinaa ne all the leading ɛyɛ pharmacies herbal and drug stores in Ghana. Wodi wani kyerɛ baabi a wobenya Prosa Joy ni bia yɛde ato for 0244727028 or 0244754380 wofra ahomatofo yi a mede ma wo yi a wobenya saa nnue nyina bi ato Solar Natural Clinic ka wo ta kyerɛ bi ene edi dwumadi ebrewo Solar Natural Clinic on edi to pain capsules any to pain ointment sabri ya nso be sha ase atoi na eye sasabore yi misisi waposo woda wontumi na honam etutu wokɔ akoda no wanya to pain capsules no mienu no wabɔ na agya wasanya a to pain ointment no ye maame mo ye papa mu akuafo yi wakɔ foma ba wabrɛ taxi driver uber driver wabrɛ na wapebi na wo de atwitwu na ase ebi a wo so wo eye sandema wo mi ameka se fumbisi ene mu amho nyina no wakɔ foma bayi ne wanya bi na wo de atwitwu ho ebi ana wo bolga ebi ana wo pusiga ebi ana wo nyapanduri ebi ana wo eye bonkurugu yoyo ebi ana wo tepa so bi so twabidi ankase nyame adom ene ne patamu nyina bonsu aso ne wapɛ to pain ointment no wokɔ akoda no na wo de atwitwu keke wo de se wo ne wo yire ne da fama no fro na kuya twitwi ma me wai na usu akuya twitwi wi a na so twitwi akuya de ayeden ede ama no asem bia eni ekire eno a eno no me yire de kuku akuya bia nso eye Wednesday bon ntini efre no me frɛ akuya nti me ka akuya mesrɛ mu bia nko ka nkire me se mu ga me no akuya be na oka no ho asemi mesrɛ mu ma me nkire mu akom no nkire mu me nkire mu yi nti pebi ne twitwi na ho nto omo nyina no odi woni kire pharmacy shop bi organ ha obenya bi ye de Zipman capsule so aba eno panyan wo bete dene wonya bi na onoma sexual weakness be ma waye mre ewo mpam be ma wusisi enema nkoyi hunsuo enema nkoyi wohia Zipman capsules ene ye de prosafate capsules so aba eno so eboa boost your immune system no sa adwonso so a wadwonso boko na watumi so ayeden abo adwuma yi be ma de otiase a be ma nwu a wo se wo bo adwuma na wo taso so che enye ko 1 2 3 minutes so se wo gina so kwata 20 25 30 minutes mo ba no hu se wo be ma mu ye fra watankolega biga na ko gina ma 2 3 minutes kayo wono be ya ka ofre ne kura wonfa be ma de bo adwuma oba ne sori anopa asida kan yo nyame aye ne asida yo nyame ne dia that is say eniema ko yie na oba sori anopa no opra na wodi ntuma atwa na sene na afa de enwuma woto ne say me nko amabusuya mu eniema nko yie na me beye de ni o oman bu ajo osensu anse oman bu ajo mekwa mobi aba kan ye wo pe kire me acha se be ma ne wadwuma nso ani mesrewo furniture Solar Natural Clinic kuma se ya wo kenten kro no ya ne sha filling station no ene edi wani mu nkra ha ye wo eye kokomlemle Harvard Senior High School no echemu ho Castle Road so for doctor na na twetwe nkomo e wo 0245 61 6028 0245 61 6028 wo for doctor ebejo so jumako nyina ne dodo ka ho ene nwumre yi wo maso yasena ye di gumbe show o my Ghana ho nkomo ene yedu a ye ba bedi ene enwumre. Honorable Dr. Clement Apaka, member of parliament for Busa South constituency in the Upper East region of the Republic of Ghana. Honorable memwako aba enwumre
menu ya mugabe
na bibia boko de
mejo so
busiafo so
boko de ntumi nkese boko busiafo ho ye na kroma ehye
mo pem so
ne kura enikrom
ne kura
be ma ne kura no
aye adwuma
adedi enti The truth must stand. As an old vandal, your motto, Commonwealth, truth stands.
If it must be done,
it must be done well.
Fantastic.
Eddie Medase Bebre.
Well, you say about education, why Medase Bebre, we are member of the education committee. Na ba say yes, moment swim dia. Eja obi a na ye senior lecturer e wo Legon de. Enya fe ni e ba bibisa wase. We students ni bi nso oma wa kire oma dia bi ma be doctors ni MPs.
E bi kra be professors.
Thank you. Omo nyina hwe woni.
Oh, say no me ja de kire.
Ni nya enya sem ketu o.
Aje
for hell.
Oh my. For me serious say was me kire.
Wo krompa o.
Ah na eja.
Wo fans brute.
Na say am say be di agro. Ye ba say be bo adwuma magana.
Ba wo ye adwuma.
Yeah. Abekura na me wo so me ho. Me nya nhase mpo.
Afi na wo be wo so.
Oh, I'm just warming up.
Come on.
Me nya nhase mpo.
Enti de moye o parliament ni sisi anyina eye de warm up no.
Ah. Na wonim. Ye nya nhase mpo. Muga. Ejuma ye bedi no okrom ha no. Ghana fo be hu.
Sa atacha be kam ho ana.
Atachi asem di.
Mo say NDC for kasa be hu anu abawura ho no so adeka bi.
Atachi asem.
Pay cut na asem no.
I know the odi ni kra.
Ese onye minister.
Onye minister.
International.
Shine kakra. But then nkomo ya ye bibi wa parliament. Anya ede. Na so reti. Efa honorable quiz.
Wada ro maboyi mu e wona ofi ho aba.
E de tie ne se ene na nka enyina anim se finance minister obeba parliament.
Okay.
Na the omoko cabinet meeting woman to me ehun de ombe ka kire nti omoko Dwabo Ase
koseska
ekoye retreat yenyantie every minister for information ho say minister beba parliament na
you can't de to manim.
Yes. Didn't you name say na de enkoba parliament?
Wow.
Enra your other paper. Nanka was a minister for finance. Obey questions baku 14. Omayemu ya. Enti na ye nyina ye koye ya hihye ho kama ya koye research. Ye twen so obeba. Yan kote ya say minister no one back cabinet bio. Omba parliament bio. Will be addressing Ghanaians through a press briefing. And look, let me say and put it on record that the Minister for Finance, Kero Foriata, won't book parliament. Won't fair who. Minister, question Sanka also be answer no. A be 9 months.
Oh my.
Last year. June. Nanka was obey ano.
Ebi anu ntiapo.
Oh my. Danka was oba yenim so obeba aye nna no. No twifa so. No koye press conference. Na anye bia sa press conference a waye nyama wo de atudwa no. Wo tumi a obetumi ama eno
aye adwuma na.
Abe adwuma na. Because you presented a budget which was rejected and purportedly reinstated with the importation of an imposter.
Importation of what?
An imposter. Now say you know say eda amuka say budget no. Yaya bogu ye.
Na Josafuni.
Esagina hono. Joseph was not there. I mean, we know.
Niyama akoso yehu na nsi ya.
Yehu de akoso.
Kofre na wamba.
Very well.
Chief of staff kura ko hura ho ko tran ni living.
Very well.
Ama motorcade ko ho ko awanko.
So the point is that how do you present all of these changes?
Knowing very well so the
you have to come to parliament. Because enya ope, enya wa hondi. Eti dia waka nyina wetintima ngu krata no. How are you going to give that effect if you don't come to the floor of parliament?
Also, you know, take effect 1st April.
We are waiting.
Hey.
We are waiting. We are dealing with laws. Say our constitution, yeah, but you see, I am saying so also because as a member of the Public Accounts Committee, 7th Parliament, 8th Parliament, yentina say enfre Ministry of Finance, say Auditor General, say sika say na abedi mu nsem amanfa anya adwuma wasam ye anasa ayira anasa muntumi embu ho akonta mumbeyi no Keno Forieta has not appeared before the Public Accounts Committee in the whole of the 7th Parliament and currently in the 8th Parliament. I speak to you as a member of the Public Accounts Committee. He does not respect Parliament. He doesn't respect our structures. And we must say it.
Keno Forieta.
He has not. I say it on authority. Unimi.
I know.
I say it truthfully. Without fear or favor.
Fantastic.
So, the arrogance,
the
disrespect, we are going to start invoking. And your ship, Muntaka. After say, I'm more attempting to say, what would the question ask him the Bebano? Yes, original, you didn't know 2 women. I argue here. Say, Quason is not a stranger
in the house.
In the house, he's a member of Parliament elected, and no court has pronounced as of Oko filing the appeals. Say, want to me Emma Parliament. Nobody can remove him.
So if you want to try someone blocking from entering Parliament,
that's how it was a strategy, and you know, say. They have always tried to find ways to reduce our numbers. And it will not help them. Because look, they need us more than we need them. We don't need them for anything. What do we need them for? You need us to be able to govern. He who is down fears no fall.
That is it.
We have nothing to lose. Now, wow. And they used Dr. Kinsley Nyako, MP for Kwadaso. Miame Yonko.
Kumasi Kwadaso.
Yes. Oh. And I'm no sorry. ABC Speaker. Whether it is acceptable to have Quason in the chamber, suggesting that Quason was a stranger. Or we are an attachia. That's why I say attachia. Untumin can answer me.
Unpredictable.
I'm also sorry, a support we. That Quason had conducted himself in a way that did not merit his presence in the chamber. Wow. And that courts have pronounced on 2 occasions that he does not qualify to carry himself as an MP.
Which court?
And we challenged him. Our lawyers challenged him. The Fiamapo.
Fantastic man.
And it was concluded by our chiefship.
Muntaka.
And he made them aware that if this is the attitude that they are taking, we made them aware. And Mimaka said, look, MVP, consensus, compromise. Any NDC member or NDC MP, whoever dreams that we can have a consensus, a compromise with the Nanado Baumia-led MPP, then you don't know what they are made of. Yeah? They will use you and dump you. Yerezi Korum, on the basis of Supreme Court pronouncement, you turn around to even say Parliament, we are masters of our own rules.
Supreme Court.
And you know, we should not be calling quorum. Musu said that is stifling government business. Loans are mupenti. And today, the numbers, And yet, you had the audacity to try and get one of our own evicted from parliament. It should be a lesson to NDC.
It did not work.
It didn't work. But that should tell you Musubain. And that is the way they are. So that is what happened in parliament today. But going back.
Now speak away, Babi.
Now, and speaker, and it
did you wise here then?
Now, your wise and it
to a year then.
And the Wakasa said the Akono. Sasamno. Yam fan tun chain. Na young na leadership. So we are waiting to see what leadership would say. But I can tell you, all of the schemes and the plots to reduce our numbers. It
won't work.
Look, say one more year in Accra, say Kabakwa. That one MP standing in the name of the great NDC, we will fight them. And that is an assurance I'm giving them.
Fantastic. Dr. Clement Apark, Member of Parliament for Dwabo Ase constituency in the Upper East region of the Republic of Ghana. Ambassador Sampiale was here live in in Chakese and Emma. Well, yeah, what the kind of free Parliament with you? Yes, I see any ready is here and Nafi we are nearby a education sector. Nearby a free SHS one some any review so on and seminal senior is koye na yemfa into Eja. Yeah, a year and honorable a year Ken of Furiata Finance Minister ne some of the two Ejano. Yeah, and some of the two Janibi na Eja ye may be more ebi. Ebini say was say a buying way a year NPP a buying a tisui. Basic as some dollar name one my idea papa na oha. Omabo modern HNA Jomama wa bemu in 2014. Wanka 2016, wanka 15 in 2014. Was a fuel no say omoba bete so by a year 15 pesos a year per liter. Omatum 70%. No more omote so 1 a year percent. Importation of land cruisers and in a kika hunyina so no omo eba ba be yeden abejai for a year. Na ensema okeka ye no ebi ekire se yi levy nso a minority for mamwa ma omantimi anya ntum no eno so ama investors oma amanonefo a wose omudi muzika bi wure mo beboa eyi mpuntunwuma ne ade matimfo so nya bi ye no omo so apa omunyina obi aso wanyeden womma we ni ki eye issues a otumi editu dwa ene awiei ene secretary nhemu. Dr. Clement Apark, what's your take on that?
Yeah, your leader, Aaron Edisu, say Obo.
Yeah.
Nene, I'm Obia your kind.
Fantastic.
It's very clear, say Akufo-Addo Bawumia MPP government as given effect by Ken Ofori-Atta. They are out of touch with reality. Now more fuel a bona koswa bibi ekodui. I'm a lorry fare from Fumbisi to Sandema, a Peja. From Accra to Kumasi, a Pejano. You are telling us that this is the reduction that you are giving. 1%? Nanya did the attempt. Is it not an insult? I know that Ghanaians are so disappointed. Now, the cost of a barrel of crude oil, wa ujina so at the year estimates, a year will budget
62.
Now, do $65 per barrel.
Or 62.
62.
Yeah.
Now, abro $100 per barrel. Are you not making a windfall? Shouldn't you use the windfall to cushion Ghanaians to reduce their suffering?
In taxes and inflation.
Yembetia
1%.
We say 1%. At the cabinet meeting on Thursday, reteaching on Pedjasino. Are these some of the ideas that they want to waste the taxpayers' money to generate? 1%. It is very clear that Akufo-Addo ba MPP led government no. Woma ya omagin say Ghana for. Wombema ya bra afon ewu. They are insensitive. They have no regard for the people of this country. They take us for granted. Some of the coupons. Woman tough well. They say one of the, or say then they are going to do what?
Reduce the coupon by 50%.
By 50%. Sir. What's it burden sharing? Now so more dear. More to 50%. Why don't you scrap the coupon system? Now more so much to fuel. I know that we are Ghana for being so we need so what's the burden sharing?
Charter flight.
Burden sharing enough president and in them. Schools, basic schools, yeah, can say. Shop woman nibi. Markets woman nibi. Registers woman nibi. Mostly woman throw exams. Basic schools are going on vacation on the 7th of April. Headmasters, Busian or Mobo, you owe 4 tranches of capitation grant. 3 years are more new curriculum no textbooks. For any 8 year as we are speaking, parents are now paying to keep schools running. Common fund no kase mi MP. Emma. Nopko mwana mode omobae. How many months mo tu amoka?
Teacher training.
Teacher training is
4 months. National service 4 months.
And you know, when you think about all of these issues and you ask yourself, I'm like, what a misfortune. What a misfortune. Now say Nebumai. Look at their own behavior and their lifestyle. Omo anum ekasampo. Omo buye. Etino measures ni nyina wo se wo de aba no. Say yan Haruna aka, atu force na akasa, adongo akasa. Enko see who. Because many of these measures, how are we even going to know and be able to monitor to make sure that these measures are being implemented? Many of these proposals, you don't have the power to even implement them. You have to come back to Parliament.
Possible.
That is what they think. Something like E11, women will say it's possible. And instead of blaming themselves for introducing tax, to bottom. Empo, mo to me emfa bill no emba say there was eba. I didn't wait in here, and we were able to prove that you didn't follow proper processes and procedure. Some of this bill no be on a certificate of agency. When you bring a bill to Parliament, that's how say you're dealing with the bill under a certificate of agency. There must be a memo or a cover letter from the owners of the bill, in this case the executive, explaining how the church the entire sad way. And what say you did be a wasn't care gazette in no money to chain. That idea Juma, man farmer. A core finance committee about a pie, a buyer and a church the Student Loan Trust Amendment Bill, you brought a memo to justify why we should take it under certificate of agency. Mona Musia say e-levy is your acobam. And then I said, Bia, Utia, Ukoya, Usisi, Ukoto, say, I'm ma, Frishina school, your bedroom. And ba, 111 year to me yet. And ba, security agencies, they can't recruit. And that's it for. And yet you did not even come properly based on processes and procedure. There was no memo. And no, you didn't wait in here. Anke was a yetuswaba voice vote. Moka say the years have it. And I say no, yene dosun echemo. ana Joe Wise ebetna akonya no so say ono so vote bi ana yampene. Look, that was only on the procedure whether or not the bill could be accepted under a certificate of agency. It is a Konoforiata catch the minority side, minority group. Say we oppose the e-levy, and that is the reason why investors are fleeing, and that international markets, are not looking at Ghana favorably. We didn't try, because we never really even took the e-levy. We were just debating the processes and the procedure. So how can you say that it is because of our rejection of the e-levy?
E-levy no come from my.
That is the point I'm making.
Government business, yeah.
It has not come. Me no can say.
I just have funny ho.
Say, no almost say speaker.
The speaker waba.
I very much say I just have.
Hunter West is in ho.
And young tia must say it will be passed before the end of this month. Okay, we are waiting. For NDC. Oh, sir, Kenofarata said it. We are waiting. NDC 137 against e-levy. Hey, yes, unankasa. Oba.
We say we must pass it before the end of.
Oh yes.
Wabampo. The Biamonte say 137. The Biamoba who.
I've told you already. As of today, Anaju, I'm afraid we can produce 137.
But Hunter West way.
So yes, one Tiapo. And I mean, who know parliament? But as much as health is concerned, it shouldn't be an issue.
Fantastic, I like that.
But the point is that, and yes, speaker and the truth is that many of them know that this is the most unpopular revenue mobilization tool in the history of this republic. But they can't talk about it. So I say by the end of the month, we are waiting.
And some more kind of say we share a CD, CD Jiran and Naso now better than John Muhammad in 24.
How do you explain that? How does it make sense to you? Now answer now omoba bebu mine. What didn't they say? Now akufo adona muanka.
Better to Petronas.
Say Kufo apenso $1 to 1 cedi. Now ye buy ya call $1 to 3 cedis 3.5 no. Okay, was say ye koto na ye Ghana for a chow. Today, what is the dollar to cedi ratio?
8.2.
Baumia
dollar national.
So you see, they sometimes say it is cotton wool. I don't know
to me to me say near my inquiry, I accept it, and you are fairly Ghanaians. Now I say, I mean,
I will even let you. It's a sense of entitlement and arrogance.
Yeah.
We know their history. Now only
full of themselves.
Have you not heard some of them? Our Maya statement to the effect that Ghana has one. From certain parts of Ghana and certain tribes, we should not even be allowed to be in leadership. That is the sense, that is the attitude, that is the arrogance. It, as far as they are concerned, the rest of us are supposed to be their servants. This is the attitude. But they should know. Say Ghana, no, we are all Ghanaians. And power is also transient. And yet, 2022, 2024,
the win of
and nay, and you know, after the finance minister and what he came to say, the least said about it, the better. Obeka politics. One beka bibia a bit to me, Amagana Nibia, Anya Irishemu. Said the best. What is going to change?
But ghost names also will be if you want to know to me abuano. So also
now so when him say ghost names no what? Other than when you from and I will be catch us obey you from. Doesn't that suggest that you know that the ghost names are already there?
So now I can't today.
Is it today that you know there are ghost names? Is it not possible that you knew about this ghost name?
More fire.
And you know, he has not said anything that is going to give Ghanaians hope. Look, Honorable Tuforsen has said it. Said they are why you know. It's even going to scare investors. What's it Russia and Ukraine war? Nah. Young one yet or my a bibrim. Togo anyhow. Burkina Faso anyhow. Mali anyhow. Cote d'Ivoire anyhow. And the Abana said no more economists no. Entity Pansamia.
The economy no nase.
And yet the nase.
Ukraine Togo.
Young one nipa. Ghana and Kwana wo. So ask yourself, look, and don't take it from me. Take it from the World Bank representative in Ghana.
Report.
And we know that the economy was already faltering even before the advent of COVID. Now, we see a Mosca. Nasika Ediasha Munsum, Asika Bedamunsum, more money than any government in the history of this country. Revenue alone in the last 5 to 6 years, in excess of 500 billion Ghana cedis. More borrow, Marco Bobusia. More almost a Bobusia no. Marco Bobusia, and they can say Ghana's debt stock, as far as we are concerned, and yet 352 billion. It is almost about 400 billion.
Over 220.
Exactly.
I know they are 400.
COVID buy Sika Pudwa Bedim
$660 million. Almost 100 million. Yeah, the moment World Bank country director.
Obeti Omoto.
This is the main Kasabi.
Thieves. What did you do with it? And let me narrow it to education, free senior high school.
I just say about education.
Mona Mosie. Say I'm a flagship policy. Anke what's a flagship policy dear? Sika Mose Mudi Ashemuno. Mutumi Ediye Juma Emano Soini. Last time I'm back, I'm a catcher. 2020 media budget review. Ken Oforiata, page 2. Page 2. Ewaha, Obia, you know me. Page 2. Paragraph 9. Wokache say we invested 3.2 billion to implement free senior high school policy, resulting in over 1.2 million teenagers being in secondary school now, looking forward to better opportunities in life. Just a year after, this is 2020
media review
budget.
That's it, 2020.
That is it. 2021 budgetary allocation to free senior high school policy. This is from the Ministry of Education.
As member of the Education Committee.
And a member of Parliament. Fantastic. Who has also filed questions to the minister on this issue.
Fantastic.
But beside the question, the Hansard is here.
My responding.
Dated Wednesday, July 21st, 2020, on the same issue. Free senior high school, the cost.
The costing.
The amount of money that had been invested to implement the program. So I asked that question. So more loans. Program. Minister came and told us.
Revenue funding.
Samina me bisai. Eno no be ma mwe. Say yenji loan bia emfa enhye program no mu. Na ye GOG sika. Any annual budget funding amount. And they saw program no. I see. This is what he said. Let me be say, wow, 2020 media budget review. Who can say you the 3.2 billion and Asha program no more. In the Abane saying, and in 1 year between 2020 and 2021, I bear 7.62 billion. Do the calculation. Wow. So in 1 year, the expenditure on the same program is even more than the previous 4 years. And I'll say, Mr. Speaker, I can get the full details for the honorable member. We should also remember that we had extraordinary expenses last year to enable our children to go to school. From personal protective equipment to sanitation equipment, this really ran up. As you know, we spent over 13 billion extra last year in all sorts of expenditure, with revenue also coming. So we will be able to break it down to him. But the year 2020 was an extraordinary year for all levels of public spending. We will be prepared to do the breakdown. This was the response that he gave me. And 2021, on about Parliament.
When after Napo,
no, wait, Minister for Finance, maybe no.
Finance.
Oh, yes, that's how on was scanning on
okay.
What is our Muamu say? Sikano, no, I was said, we release our release. It's a 2021 media budget review. I'm using this to make a point.
Fantastic.
Page 49. Paragraph 284.
Yeah, no.
Free Senior School Program. Also, Mr. Speaker, the Free Senior School policy has since its inception been financed from the annual budget funding amount and Government of Ghana funding sources. Over the 5 years, a total of 7.62 billion has been allocated to implement the Free Senior School Program. Referring to information now, what accounted for the additional. But here, so the 3.2 now, wakaya in 2020. So we share program no more. Now we share 2020 budgetary allocation for the same program. 1.974 billion. So the 1.974 billion, 3.2 billion. It does not work to 7.62 billion. It works out to 5.1 billion. So I've been asking, where did the extra 2.4 billion go to?
You're talking about billion.
This is the biggest scandal. And I have the document.
Sector.
Yes.
Free SHS.
Yes. They cannot account for 2.4 billion.
This is serious.
His own documents.
This is serious.
I've written about it. I've spoken about it.
This is serious.
Yes. This is what has brought us to where we are. Inflation of expenditure, siphoning public resources. Because in Kasai Keya make a 2.4 billion. Eba program no more. We wouldn't be where we are. Bamuga, now he was making. Let me give you 1 point. Bamima 1 point. Now on here. Look, he tried to explain. Said the extra 2.4 billion now abedaso was to prepare schools for reopening. And you know, on one document, 2021 media budget review. Appendix 4E.
Evidence based.
I am a researcher. Those who say that NDC we don't research, and that is why they are in trouble. Appendix 4E, page 101. Item 1234. COVID-19 expenditure on mass reopening of schools and tertiary institutions. Budget allocation 598 million Ghana cedis. Release January to June 598 million. Detailed expenditure: payment for supply of reusable nose masks, sanitizers, Veronica buckets, paper towels for the mass reopening of schools.
I don't know 2.4 billion.
Daddy, way a sika. You did share
media review.
Say you better prepare schools, for reopening
in 2021.
In 2021, eti kano for yata emwaya na omame no to suggest that the additional 2.4 billion was to prepare schools for reopening. No, because the allocation was made and released. In addition to that, we know that the Ministry of Health also expended 96 million Ghana cedis to help prepare schools for reopening. The 2.4 billion. I akoshe baby. I ain't baby a fire. And then you tell Ghanaians, after all of this, chartering expensive luxurious presidential jets, fighting those who are fighting against corruption. O say Ghana for ene womu su ahokyere aba wo pese wo de wonsa ehye omobotom na wasan yisika to bottom. It will not happen to bottom. Look, even if they are able to mobilize their numbers to come to parliament. Now I know didn't we hear Bank of Ghana statistics say mobile money figures, you know, echo form. I can tell you, and we know, say, Momo or they say, Momo taxi or Mudibai. It is not the 6.9 billion that they are interested. They want to collateralize, as they did with Get Fund, Road Fund, and as if for Sanatia, and you know, or some about Parliament as some way by. In trying to explain it, you know, the deputy majority leader confirmed what Amakwata had said. Yes. So it is very clear what they want to do. And Ghanaians would not allow this to happen. Even if they are able to get their numbers. And we vote against it and they vote for it and it passes. I can tell you that they will not meet those revenue targets. Because Ghana for when we need the hospital.
But Honorable Clement Abak, pandemic mo. Emu and I say atorenche mercy you say Ebola ba no Jomama eye nyema bibre etutu na kwema ye hu ba bia ekodu yes said the covid dey here yakwa akodu adenti na covid bre mu no mo pese omo matemamofo no omo ye ho kire ye mo ntina na do wontimi nye bibia e mai ho entoy
na so nitima they have no empathy. Okay? Ghana for enim enne say e nada Shami adia oma ba ye wa be mu a omo se enye na omo ba ombe ye ni ye Shami adia ba ko omo ba omo ye ni ye. Tell me, give me one example. Give me one example of what they have come to make better. When in opposition they claimed they would come and make it better. Give me one example.
Meno kasa say a message menya say prison air service 2021 BC ne enya dey say ammo rent allowance
na yo monkwa teacher training allowance
4 months
na ko mu ana mo de bae
national service for 4 months ni
national service
nko scan akoduanko
common fund
enko
unti say service providers to national health insurance. What do you say? Government even owes WAEC.
West Africa examination.
Almost I must say we have absorbed the examination fees of VEC students. Where?
Honorable budget no more the bar. Sir, yes, ABC interchange our swami. ABC we our ABC we are. Sir, budget allocation echo ana.
Say they are more the bar. We approve.
Na scanner was echo.
E was echo.
Nti say afeno so na wo ma anya no mo de foforo ba. Die na mo emrase bidwafo no. Die na mo so mo yefa dada no.
Say we raise the issues as I've raised them here on almost every sector. Say nunti na 2022 budget yi. Baby aye we ya bedui. Say na enkane no 7th parliament no mo do also sin. Until the nomenclature, not class I want to say, the minority will have its say, and the majority will have what? Its way. But this 8th parliament, you know, it is not happening. But Omo said they are still living in the past. And they think that they still have that leverage of pushing us around. I don't know how you see it. Say,
your hang parliament.
But that is the sense of entitlement and arrogance. And this, you know that there are many issues at the parliament. I am a simple majority. NTMPO, Formina MP, I say, no, be a Juma. It's only one vote. What of the issues that will come which will require two-thirds majority? What are you going to do?
So what's some build the consensus?
With who? Yeah, consensus.
With
when all the time they are hounding us, taking us for granted, disrespecting us. Now, what they can afford
to trust in us.
It doesn't exist. I've said it. Look, let no NDC, MP, apparatchik, Council of Elder, National Executive ever think that there can be any consensus. This is the way it is going to be till 2024.
Send your mind best say you.
That's your money. You are hounding our MPs. I'll give you the example of what they are trying to do with Kwesi. You know that Omodi Collins Dowda, you know Atuforsen, and many others. So how can you be doing this to us and even our other senior colleagues? And then you think, say, who the about the old pedia, yembe kutuna nyamau, and yet you are hounding, you are intimidating, you are threatening us. And I tell NDC rank and file an authority. What authority? Woman tender.
Live on TV.
Our ghost. If we become ghost, we will still vote against e-levy. I can assure you that.
Honorable Dr. Clement Park, Member of Parliament for Busa South constituency in the Upper East region of the Republic of Ghana, and the NNH come live on TV as was at your #1 program Gumbe Show and enyumri Kingsbury Runabout Asaris joint to mebia tumkuha ya yenua Honorable Roxanne Dafia Mepo, Member of Parliament for South Dai constituency in the Volta region of the Republic of Ghana, and also at Hoden dia one and now for
now over now minipa.
Oh really?
I say
really? Sansuya Mami Lydia Timpani MP was a Jana no the late Atisku. Thank you. Was almost head and then Aya Mahama Ayarga on also so hey Honorable Neil and Vanderpoint so hey Sanso and Ben Ayiku Lejukuku MP Namu Mokro MP nyina say omo enjoy show ni papa Honorable Eric Kupoku so no so neni aje Honorable Collins Ada ne hokafo hajia omo say show no ekoyie papa dodo na na do messages eba ene enwumei yenua ba Alexandra ono so ewo Kumase ono so se moga gumbe ni de ekoyie papa nana kakra ewo USA wasi moga we enjoying the Gumbe show more fire wasi baby ewu wo boy adwuma yie papa na what say Kennedy Japan one Kevin Taylor case no USA no kaya Kennedy Japan alusu case ne de eno de menya ente nti mo America na mo ka che me na anwumre dia ene na che se saa ene ye kono asala kase ye koma ya mboafo ene anwumre Spanish garlic mesa ne capsules o mota che ka ho bi ene de dwumadi eto aboboa no ene anwumre ba bibia ho say hypertension diabetes obi a wo da ohwa nkromo menu amba no menstrual problems ni nyina no kope Spanish garlic mesa ne capsules nanom kamienu bom nanom ye the Spanish ginkgo capsules so aba and also boy improve memory and mental sharpness increase blood flow to the brain and on MPP for mu hia bi pa monom say be improve memory and mental sharpness etumi amamo na motumi edi mudwumedie se ne fata wodi wani kire pharmacy shop bi Ghana ha obenya bi ato 0266 114 ofra wonsa ebetumi akabi SYZ Broadcasting Limited ye the isachre wodo na ede ebre wo ye kan nyanka e wo saada no nyanka o masam mobo sa de twe kronkron no ene kowura na eka no osi obi bia wo yi bi ede bo nyanka no nyankopon edi boa no ni bibia obeyi bia so no esi ni yie nti yem kan nyanka wo epo bosumi ne de toso edu enum no mu wo isabri no mu se de be ya wo mo so omu betimi asre kakra eno ti na SYZ Broadcasting Limited management edi dwumadi kese edi aba besi enu so yese kire wodo isa kire wodo dia na wo a wo de ba se ye milo se ye nsuo se anwa ena wo de ba se ye mo ena wo de ba provisions awudui obetime di aba se bi nso awo wa kirikire wuntumi emfa ma eno an se obemumo na ejawo di atum SYZ Broadcasting Limited any dia eda momo number no so momo number no 0597 215419 0597215419 ofra omumu eba sa number ni so edin ebeba no SYZ Broadcasting Limited eba eja on that day no management ebedi animu na eniema amode abanyina edamase eni sika amode abanyina no yetumi aye donation edi ama eye nyankafo na omonso etumi ediye ewo omaimo ugusu live Gumbe show ena woheye number 1 show in the whole Ghana ubewura bebia kama ewo eye Kumase no otewo dendende na Isaac ewo eye Kumase at your service travel and tour ayana no opposite Tamale station ewo Alaba se me gabe bia be fe bia ubia ehwe say say nokura no daddy e ma Ghana fo ehun se ni esite akasema duni edwumade nyina e ba wie on the review ensema nanado nkofo ahase kan say be review can for you can be for won say free SHS no enya ade omode sabeka ne mom no omode ka ba ba tu dwa say omo be review am be penso the meaning of review
cancel.
Thank you.
Ya muga do kwene eba ko. Obi enim se ye bo apro. Aye koto about 2020. Ye kan John Dramani Mama, the 2020 flag bearer of the NDC and the incoming 2024 flag bearer of the NDC. Eka said we are going to review the program with the intent of making it better. Because a footwear de ma omono. Woman tie no amode bae. Woman tie nintino, they had to introduce the double track system to address the issues.
It was not the best.
And umpono ye can say there's not enough physical infrastructure for accommodation and teaching and learning. Eduana nkwara ne bedi mpono ayasem. So what you say na say Sevlugu Senior High School. Yeah, man, nkwara expired canned food items. Ema moko demonstration. Eduani anka wase yetumi ma nkwara a balanced diet as young adolescents. Na etumi abie omo adwin mu. No mo etumi asua ade no. Wo mo nyendi. Na me no kase yi. Government owes buffer stock in excess of 300 million.
300 million.
Program year wohoi. Textbooks, core textbooks, nke was a buying and provided. As we are speaking, you have students sharing one core textbook to 2, 3, sometimes 4 students. And the year bisa. Say, what have you used the monies for? And the medical kind. If this extra 2.4 billion was invested in the program, I don't believe that all of these issues would exist by now.
Double track.
Now, 2.4 billion is kakitwa. Now, most of them
6.9.
And on only one program, want me and trying in 1 year, 2.4 what billion. You have done with 2.4 billion.
And also about the GE levy.
1 and 2 levy.
That's almost half of your operation.
My point. And Yagro. This is plain old TV. So on one documents. Say Yamina Michroy. Me a finance minister.
And here among Kenkai and now are they subtraction.
I say General Secretary. Say in this dispensation and anado a year Onuna Yamra. And it is true.
Constitution
he is the law. What can I say to your mama? So I can say, one more bibiswa a bon cancan kind. I was a Ghana for a kukruamo.
A callback.
Now you the omoteso. Because the level of corruption
under this administration,
the dissipation of public resources. This is only one program. Free Senior School.
So we don't know.
Young call planting for food and jobs.
There be
Young call one village, one dam. Dams don't quite a real check.
It's kind of money there. Umudi kugu baby ana.
Na say what unim. Now documents are banned and saying offshore accounts no won't he.
Honorable say we nipa. Na we do my way abro ene we me hu honorable aye Kenufuriata wakasa the Kenufuriata minimum no 2 years ago no okasa enwumere na me raho say Can for your time in one only Jina Wakasayana. Nicola Sessa. Dear nearby or my ball, my chrono scanning at the quiet day, you wire the Bakwana.
Then I am Funko baby.
I didn't intend to mean ye BB and met him of 4 home tom.
As I said, one man, sir, one will be ye, Juma, a Bema Ghana for, and what tom. One more bass, one more physical, Edia Coffee. This can win in as all your own qua. What do you quay? Now some of the Montias, sir. Yet to me, money per bright, yes, one Montias, sir. Ah, and yes, I know some you can know basic schools. Ah, chalk, Marcus. What I saw $150. One in them rim. What I saw paying $14,000 an hour. To see a tomb called 18,000. Will be free Germany. Will be do our airport to imagine $150. Maybe I would con 100 booth. Boots and news to them before I die. Bonnie Bay, Tinanado. Most some here, the battle is the loss. Any. Vanity. Obronibeka. It is vanity. A sense of entitlement. But Ghana for young kwa. We are supposed to serve them. Can't you see the attitude? Now, omo drivers simple. And the security personnel. Now we see dollars are more display. Haven't you seen the videos? Oh. And I didn't know what's $1 no one way. Maybe I want what I saw. Look, Obia, you say we Obia when you were Ketriana, Udu what? Obey you a Ketriana. So, but the only political power was sparring day today. Omunim. So Omunima. A Danudua, Ghana for. I bet you almost said. Table net, the only table net 10 years. Or when you bet you, bet me at no man. You will be on say a shop, ye come. I may say, we be a Sicaramu de Akoshebiano. We will find those monies. I can promise you that. We will hold them accountable. Look, I must say, MPs. Ya man tia kwet ya ketua so. Really? Ya wa ben mu na you make a decision. So we will contribute 10%. And a cheap compound of our salaries to build cheap compounds. Must you over 4,000. Did their MPs contribute? Must you over 4,000. Look, NDC MPs, MPs in India. But could be anyone one board on your board member. Could be a board member. Yeah, NDC, yeah, ketua. Yana to fuel. Yana to coupon for the way. Coupon. Who be a check? Yan coupon. Was a young pencil crano. John Mama abolished the coupon system. Yes. I was at the office of the president. He abolished it. They gave us, or they saying, requisition books. And there were specific days, intervals, when you go and fill, say, and do an so fuel, I want to make in few. Oh, my, you don't come to train and Thursday, the 24th of March 2022. We better persons for our colleagues, MPs, or more the whole world will be a hell, or more Massachusetts, Emia, Adelaide, when you a year, Nana, and in your Bema, Ishmael, and Uncle Abilku, but more hey, and then you may be an country more. From BC for what am I a salary castle? Dear, Peswa cry. Thank you. We would not, because more MPs, you know, one more ministers, one more bosses. Until they don't even use their salary. The salary they use. You know, can say common fund and buy it. Until no man was a cracker away and Peswa, including buying furniture for students who are sitting on the floor. Paying for people to get health care, buying tires for ambulance. I'm one of the buyers, one district, one ambulance. Young MPs, young tires, and you are telling us that then also forfeit all your allowances. Let's have it on a plain ground. But let the rank and file of the NDC, the whole world know that the NDC in Parliament, under the leadership of Haruna Idrisu, we will not waver. Thank you. We will not relent. Thank you. We will fight in the interest of Mother Ghana.
Thank you.
E-levy no.
Yeah, mutu.
Yantuma e-levy ne. Yantuma e-levy ochina. That is a solemn pledge that we made. And then, ye call caucus meeting. We reinforced our position, supported by our leaders. And yeah, your mama, any NDC, I said, don't get here over so ampafo. And I'm going to say, you know, see here, and I catch almost say, you know, no more say, or motai. We will not waver. So let nobody delude him or herself that they can intimidate or they can buy, they can influence us to change our stance on this e-levy.
Very well, very well, very well. Breaking news here by Honorable Kennedy, Japan has lost his defamation case against Kevin Taylor in Virginia State Court in the USA. Kennedy, Japan was demanding $9.3 million US. Judge Nabasimina Atuago. Yeah, about to
now, US is not a banana republic.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yamra Benti, yes, also.
That's bebre.
From BC phone now.
Sa. Michiomo.
Nyamisha say you may free wa ja gidi wetumi abeboa show no so aye kama yabeda wase na yada ya hefo ene atiefo nyina program yi yede brewe na nanom 92.5 FM o go so omofa ne live sanso ne Kligi FM ewo eye bole omoso efa ne live ene ye na affiliate stations here etwa hye organ ha mutumi fa adwumade nyina live nyina no yede Dwabo Ase general manager of TVS was at Abuaje champion Abuaje waya de totu bibia kama Prince Ima ene Raf munyina aseda enkamo Kofi the boy any team ni nyina no yede Dwabo Ase na yada yen producer Kevin Asante ene assistant producer Desmond Suwa security forward adwuma mu ha no bibia obo ama show etimi wie peye bia no Mr. Erika Hianyo ene mpanifo nyina yeda mase executive producer Mr. Benny Anti mi amedi adwumade enwo cha me ye frame Mugabe Mase obetimi aframe atankolega biga nyame aduma okoda na bompa ya Bobi Magana Black Stars wochina ewo Baba Yara Sports Stadium at 7:30 PM Power 97.9 FM yeah the live commentary ebe free Baba Yara Sports Stadium at the Abre watchina echina 2 to 6 PM you be share on Power 97.9 FM with Inside Politics Mugabe Mase ni midi atankolega biga tata